Hey everyone. Happy Saturday, almost Sunday. Maybe is Sunday for some of you guys. Hopefully you're having a good night. It has taken everything in me to just have the motivation to work tonight. I got to be honest. I feeling a little under the weather. I also know that I'm working a lot more days in a row before I leave for vacation, so it's been tough, but hey, I'm here and it's all good. We are gonna do free yes nos tonight. I'm gonna try, depending on how I'm feeling, I'm going to do a giveaway tomorrow. Um, we do have a couple pre-orders that have come through. I have Amy first and IJ after that. Let's go ahead and get started on the free yes no. MV, you can get a free yes no question. Yes. Hey, transformation. Yeah, no, I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. I'm fine. I just think because I have so much to do before we leave. I don't know if anyone else gets like this before they go on vacation, but I stress myself out and I promised myself I wouldn't do that this time around. And I'm really trying hard not to, but I feel like I have so much to do that when I think about it all at once, it's overwhelming. I'm the type of person who likes to deep clean my house, deep clean my couches, get all the laundry done, and do things before I go so that way I don't have to worry about anything while I'm gone. And it's just a lot because usually when you're home, you have time to get stuff done, and knowing you're going to be gone for a while, you feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm okay. I don't want you guys to worry about me. I'm just not feeling my best today. My energy is probably half what it normally is. I'm drinking. I've been taking turmeric every day, and I'm actually drinking immunity tea right now. Transformation said, I understand. Yeah. All right. So I've got some questions here. I'm just going through. Um, Transformation says, yeah, definitely trying to get stuff done. It gets overwhelming. It does. Even if you're trying hard, not to stress yourself out, it happens. But I'm excited. It's all good things, Going on vacation is great, especially because I didn't go on a honeymoon. So I'm really excited. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Terry, oh my gosh, hello, welcome in. Terry, I thought about you today. I might just send you a private message, but I want to get on an anti-inflammatory tincture, and I was going to seek you out to maybe guide me on how to make it myself or to where to buy a trusted wholesaler or something. I'm going to be gone for almost 2 weeks. I'm going to try to be here today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I cannot guarantee that it's every single day it's going to happen, but at least the majority of those days, if not every single day. I will definitely be taking Friday off of work. We're just going to have to play it by ear. But I'm working a lot more this week because I'm not going to be here for almost 2 weeks. Thank you, Transformation. Yes, I'm here. I thought of you as well. I'll miss you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. We leave at the end of this week. So, a week from yesterday, or I guess a week from today. Terry, I'll have to send you a private message. All right, let's go ahead and get some of these yes nos answered here. So this is for mature. By the way, guys, I have all of your questions. Wait till the end if I skipped you. If you think I skipped you, just wait till the end until I answer everybody. Mature Dallas, is Antonio stressing about me? I have a yes. I have the Sun for mature. Amy, was Eli near or around me? Well, I was at the mall we've gone to before today. Yes. 6 of Pentacles, Amy. Lena, will my wish come true? We have yes. King of Cups, 4 of Wands. This is especially good if you're asking about like a life partner or like a husband or something like that. Ari says, if things don't work out with a Taurus, do you see someone coming in that has the same good qualities of the Taurus, but amplified, like twice as charming, twice as good looking, etc.? Ari, show me a yes or no for Ari. Yes, Ari, I have the Chariot for you. Chibi, does David still want to reconcile? Yes, the Sun. MV, yes, King of Pentacles. Okay, so transformation. Will I find a new job soon? Yes, Ace of Cups. This is a good night to get yes nos, everybody. It seems like I'm telling everyone yes tonight. We'll see if that continues. Nisha, does Gemini speak positively about our breakup? Oh, shoot. I think this is my first no of the night. Nisha, I'm getting a no. I feel like this person is taking pity on themselves, victimizing themselves in some way. So I don't know if they're speaking. I don't necessarily think that they're speaking negatively about you, but I don't think they're speaking positively about the situation. All right, so this is sweeter than a rice cake says, do you answer yes, no, and do reads on court cases? So in my description, I don't do readings on legal matters. Depending on what it is that you're asking specifically, I might be able to. If you're asking about something that's like how to handle it on like a spiritual guidance. But if you're looking for advice, if you're looking for legal outcomes and things like that, I tend to stay away from those types of questions. But thank you for asking before just posting about it. You're welcome, Mature. You're welcome, Lena. You're welcome, Ari. Amy says, is it okay to ask a question about Eli when he was Earthside? Yeah, Amy, that's fine. As long as it's not mediumship, I'm fine with that. Transformation says, amazing. Nat, thank you for liking. Like I said, guys, I'm going to try to do a giveaway tomorrow. So long as it all works out. Amy, you donated to make it a BOGO. Okay. Sweeter than rice cake, I have your question. MV, you're welcome. Thank you for answering that for me. I appreciate it. Just want to make sure. You're welcome. All right. Noble T, does Jerry want to be in a serious relationship? Noble T, I'm getting a no right now, but I will say that I have the Death card and the Seven of Pentacles, so that usually tells me that the person is going through some type of transition or transformation, and that this may take some time, but it could change. So we're getting a no right now, but I think it could change, okay? That will have to be like determined later on. Terry. I have a yes, Page of Swords, Terry. Nat, I have the devil for you. That is a no for me. I think maybe we have some like purging to do. Have you been working on yourself lately? Earth Angel, has Roy fully given up on trying in our connection? No. Earth Angel, tennis sword. Sweeter than rice cake. Yes. Knight of Wands. Sienna. That's a very loaded question, Sienna. Usually with yes nos, I say keep it very like simple. You don't want to ask too much because it might be confusing on how to answer. I am getting a yes for you. It could be yes for everything, or it could be yes for one part of your question. So try to be more specific if you can next time without like the extra fluff. Like how I would change that would be, does the Virgo Marquise have good intentions with me? Or does Virgo Marquise have intentions to have a family with me, or be married to me, or living together with me? And then not only that, but the timing is also important because that's completely separate. So sometimes someone can have intentions to marry you, but it may not be in 2025. So just keeping that in mind. I am getting a yes, but I think that it might just be towards one of your questions within the question, and I don't know which one that would be. Diamond Girl did. Oh wait, hello, how are you? I'm doing good. Did S make another fake page as a guy named Jerry on my Instagram account after I deleted one already? Diamond, I have a yes. Knight of Cups. Noble T, you're welcome. Terry, thanks for the donation. We are closing the donation list now. I'm going to answer the question for Oksana. If I missed anyone else, let me know. But I don't think that I did. I'm pretty sure I got everyone. You're welcome, friends. Okay, so Oksana, does Leo like me back? I have a no. I have the tower for you, Oksana. Thank you, love. Single, yes, I'm trying. I would say not, because the devil talks about like attachments. It could talk about like psychic or energetic attachments that you might want to go to like a holistic healer to help you with. It can also talk about you just need more time to heal, and that there's nothing wrong with that. The devil is like all the things in life that stop us from being the best versions of ourselves. Ego is good for you, but sometimes it can create bad habits or negative thought patterns, attachment styles, insecurities, things like that. So that all that tells me is that there are some things that you still have to work through, and then I think that you can clear those blockages away. Okay, guys, thank you for the donation. All right, friends, let me update the donation list really quickly. And I didn't realize how fast this tea that I'm drinking was going to hit me. So before we get started on donations, I am going to run to the restroom really quickly. But let me update the list just so everyone knows where they are and there's no questions. Also, keep in mind you can pay to skip the line ahead of any non-pre-orders for $5. You can pay $5 to hold your place if you worry that someone's going to jump ahead of you, or you can do nothing, stick around and wait until it's your turn, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. Another option, if you're busy, you got to go, you got to get to sleep, you want to get your reading, get your reading tomorrow. As long as you leave your question with me, you're free to go. So if you're like, I can't hang out, but I'll come back and listen to my reading later, that's fine. Just leave your question with me. All right. Um, so we have Amy, no skips. Amy was a pre-order. IJ, no skips. IJ was a pre-order. Then we have Terry and transformation. That is the order. Okay, got it. Interesting. Makes sense. Okay, perfect. Hey, IJ, welcome in. Thanks for checking in, friend. So guys, the free list is closed, which means that all of my free list options are closed for the night, but donations are open. I just posted the free list. I'm running to the restroom real quick. We're gonna get started with Amy's BOGO. She's first. Amy, if you want to get your question prepped, that's cool. Just post it whenever you're ready, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Thank you guys. Okay, so let's get started. Amy says, when Eli was Earthside, how did he compare his connection feelings with me in comparison to his past connection with Crystal? I know, of course, time is something me and Eli didn't have compared to Crystal. The time they had. Okay, got it. Hey, Northern Light, welcome in. Sorry to say our free list options are closed for the night. We already did our free list, and now it's just donations for the evening, which we're working on right now. So Amy, Crystal was a dead end for Eli. He never saw a future with her, which he could see more of a future with you. I have the Ten of Swords that really just talks about the nail being in the coffin, and while they I'm sure, there will be appreciation, feelings, or respect there. There was nothing supporting his desire to have a future with her. I think that their connection was more so a lesson in life, a way to grow, a way to live and learn, and more so about the experience. I think that he was very insecure in his connection with her. I don't think that he showed up as his best self with her, and I think that he saw with you that he could be better or he could try harder and be a better version of himself. He's pretty much showing that that came to an end, and that he had a lot of fear surrounding his connection with Crystal that he did not have with you. I do feel like with you, he felt conflicted in terms of how quickly to move forward with you, or should he lock it down, or should he wait a little more? Should he allow you guys to get to know each other more? He did have some questions, but the future was open ended between the two of you. I don't think he was necessarily feeling that way with Crystal. I think that they hit a ceiling, and I don't think that he saw a way past that. A lot of his insecurities with her came up. Those insecurities that he didn't have with you. You made him feel important. You made him feel like he was relationship material. You made him feel supported and appreciated and admired. You really just made him feel good about himself. He felt more stable with you. You basically you supported his dreams. You were if you want to get this house, get this house. It's amazing. And I don't think that he really rocked with people who believed in him. I don't think that he really felt like he had people in his corner that were supporting him and saying you can do this. I think that he lacked that feeling of security, and I think that you made him feel yeah, I can do this. I can have this thing, and it's not so crazy for me to want that thing. And she's right. And I think Crystal, while there's respect towards the connection that they had, I feel like he was there's no future here. I can't grow from this connection. I don't think he regrets that with her, but I think that with her it felt very past tense, and he was I learned a lot from this connection, and she has a special place in my heart, and I don't regret this, and I would do it again. But I think that's only because it made him the person that he was, or he grew into being. And I think with you, Amy, he saw that he could grow with you. I think he saw with you that there was a lot of potential, and that you would accept a lot of different versions of him. Like, basically, bottom line, she's in the past and you were in the present, potentially in the future for him. And I don't think that he intended on revisiting that. I think that he would have felt like it's moving backwards or backtracking. I don't think that he would have felt good about trying to go down that road with her. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that like they didn't have something special. I'm not trying to discredit his connection with her, but I'm just trying to help differentiate between his connection with you and his connection with. Sorry about that, guys. I got kicked out. Um, but yeah. Yeah, like Amy, I mean, there's still a lot to learn from it, and unfortunately, there's always going to be like residual feelings, like, but you can compartmentalize that. Like, you can have residual feelings for someone and know you never want that connection. You don't have a desire, an urge, a longing, like nothing, no bone in your body is like I want to be with that person, but you can still have residual feelings for that time in your life and like the specialness that that person created for you in that time of your life. But you can have that and also not want to do that again or feel like you've grown out of that, you know? The two things can exist, exactly. So I'm ready for your next question whenever you are, and I'm happy to hear you're relieved about this. I think this was definitely a question you needed to ask for yourself. Okay. What do you feel think towards your vulnerable physical appearance? Like when he saw my face with no makeup, or when my face he saw he woke up next to you? Yeah, makes sense. Okay. What do you think towards the vulnerable physical appearance? Um, hmm, I think honestly, he didn't view you as someone who looked very different. Like, I suppose, okay, like if you look at someone with clothes on, like you don't really know what they're going to look like underneath it all, but you can kind of make assumptions. So, like, if someone is super tiny, you're going to assume that they're very tiny naked. If someone has like more like love on them, then you're going to assume there's going to be some curves there, you know? Like, I feel like you can kind of tell what someone is going to look like physically. Maybe it gets more intimate and more specific once you see them, you know, in person and all that without clothes on. But I don't think it was much of a surprise what he saw, he liked. And I don't think that he looked at you as like much different. While it was a vulnerability to you, I don't think that he saw it as like, oh my God, wait a second. She looks completely different. Like, I think honestly, he was just happy and felt lucky as hell to be with you and have those moments with you. And I think any straight man is just grateful as fuck to be with a naked woman, let me tell you. So I think that if, and clearly there's attraction there because he was intimate with you. So I feel like as long as a man is attracted to you, he's going to be attracted to you. He does not matter what you look like, what scars you have, what, I don't know, whatever your insecurities are, he's like, give me some of that. So I don't want you to think like, he was looking at you, he was like, wait, this is not what I signed up for. I'm pretty sure he knew, like, and I think he liked that. So I feel like, maybe he was hyper aware of your insecurities. There could have been different, like, subtle movements that you were making to kind of hide certain parts of yourself that you didn't feel comfortable with. But he wasn't drawing a lot of attention to those. You might have, like, slipped away to the bathroom, like, before he woke up to try to kind of, like, prim yourself or whatever. But he's thinking, I'm not worried about that. He's like, I'm not running to the bathroom to try to make myself look better, and I don't expect her to do the same thing. I do think that he felt that you might have been hiding yourself away in certain times. You might have, like, I don't know, just tried to make yourself look better or cover certain parts of yourself while you were sitting there. But I also felt like it was just super special to him. And I think that he thought you were beautiful. I think he thought you hung the moon and the stars. I literally have the star card here. And I think that he felt it was just sensual and he felt lucky. I really don't think he looked at you as like, oh, this is any different than, obviously he likes it when you put yourself together. He likes it when, you're getting yourself all dolled up to like hang out with him. He liked seeing that. And maybe even now in the afterlife, he likes seeing you feel good about yourself. But I don't think it was as much of a big deal to him as it was to you. And I think that's probably a good thing because he wasn't picking you apart, like probably how you were. I was literally about to say like you ran into the bathroom to brush your teeth. That is so freaking funny. No, like I should have said it. I always say that, guys. Like if I think something, I should just say it. And I literally imagined you getting out of bed, running to the bathroom, like brushing your teeth. That's actually specifically, and I should have said it. I think he just really liked the alone time with you, Amy. I have the hermit, and I think that he just felt like it was very special and intimate. And I don't know. I can't say for sure that he was sitting there analyzing your face or anything. I don't think men really do that. I mean, maybe if they're super fucking in love, then they probably do, but I think women are more prone to like for instance, my mom said to me the other day, she was like, I don't know what it is about my kids. I don't care how old they are. But I could literally, and my grandson, she's like, I could literally stare at y'all's faces for hours and hours and hours and like look at your little features. And like, she's like, I don't care what age it could have been when you were a baby, like a kid, a teenager, an adult. She's like, there are some pictures of you guys that I just stare at your cute little features and I know every little thing about your face. And I was like, Mom, that's so sweet. It's going to make me cry. But I think women inherently or like feminine energies typically do that. I don't can't say that my dad has ever said that to me before, but I will say that he appreciated the one-on-one private time with you. And I think that it's more so as a whole versus like the specific details. I think he knew as well that you went and brushed your teeth, by the way. Nobody wakes up with minty fresh breath. P.S. I like because I see the Seven of Swords. I feel like he's like, I was fully aware of her like sneaking away and like doing these things. Yeah, don't pick yourself apart about him. Hey, SB, welcome in, friend. You're welcome, Amy. Okay, next up we have IJ with a BOGO. SB, I have your donation. IJ, what can I do for you? Chilling as always. What does she specifically feel in her end? What I do? Wait, what are you asking me? I'm so sorry. What does she actually feel in her end? What I do? Send her positive energy? I'm so confused, IJ. If this sounds, I'm sorry if this sounds dumb, but I don't understand what you're asking. Oh, okay. I'm gonna head out. I'm debating if I'm gonna paint my nails. Paint your nails, girl. I'm actually gonna do that this week myself. Thanks, Amy. When? Okay, what does she actually feel on her end when you send her positive energy? Okay. What does she feel? So she feels less stressed. She feels more love for herself in those moments. She feels calm and at peace. I think that like she might almost like a guide, you know, like sometimes when you know you're overreacting about something and then you kind of like something shifts, something happens and you're like, oh my God, I'm making such a big deal about this. That's what I feel happens with her. I feel like she just shifts and decides to go easier on herself. Um, I think that she really enjoys the energy with you, like when you're sending her good vibes and stuff. But I don't think that she's gonna recognize the familiar like feeling until she actually hangs out with you and like spends time with you. And she's gonna be like, wait, I feel like I've felt this before. I feel like this is familiar. Definitely getting that. Um, I think this is like a weird half-baked message, and I never think that it's a bad thing to send someone positive energy, but I think sometimes when your energy is over her, she can feel like she needs to like redirect her attention towards like her manifestations, and she can get very distracted because it's not only like a feeling, it's almost like an influence that you have over her. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you stop sending her positive energy, but if you feel like she's withdrawn from you, if you feel like you haven't noticed her around as much, you definitely send her positive energy if you want, but it could be because she's like hyper focusing on more like human material three-dimensional like focus, and sometimes when your energy is on her she gets very dreamy and she doesn't focus on the things that she needs to. So I'm not going to stand here and tell you don't do it, but if you feel that she's a little more withdrawn, that may be a good time to not do it because she's needing to focus on these other things. I think you make her fantasize. I think you make her get into this very dreamy mind state of like thinking and envisioning, and it gets her very much in her feminine energy. but she can't always be in her feminine energy. She needs to be in her masculine sometimes. And that's what you do to her. And so just know that when you guys do make a connection and you guys get committed, she will be very much in her feminine energy because she's going to trust that you can handle the action. And she'll be able to be more creative and dreamy and all of that stuff. But right now, she has to balance the two because she's the only one who can take care of it. So, yeah, you make her feel at peace. You make her feel soft, more feminine, more creative, believing in herself, feeling supported. But I think that it does make her like tap back into fantasy and more like focusing on her her like her manifestations and stuff. So I think that you like help her pour more love into herself. When your energy is on her, actually she might do things that make her feel good. So she might take like a everything shower. She might go and like buy herself a new outfit. She might do her makeup. She might do some self-care. Like there might be things that your influence over her is making her feel like, okay, I'm feeling that love because you're sending her positive energy. So you're sending her love. And she's like, and now I want to embrace that and give myself love. So I think overall it's just like this calm, and we're going to use the water analogy, but just like waves washing over her. She just feels more relaxed. She doesn't feel as stressed, like she needs to go, 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 do all of the time. She definitely just like kind of falls back into her more feminine energy. And usually when you're in your Mars energy, you're in your action energy, you know, you're very determined, headstrong, you're taking necessary calls to action, but that can also lead to you feeling super stressed out. So yeah, that's what I feel happens with her, is that she just kind of goes more within herself. She moves slower. She doesn't stress as much. And these are the things that she's feeling and doing when that happens. You said there needs to be a balance. Yeah, there needs to be a balance for sure. I get that way too. Like sometimes when I'm spending too much time with my husband, like I get to the point where I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. I'm like, I just want to sit here and couch rot and like just indulge. And whenever he's not here, whenever he's like at work, I'm like, boom, 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 check, 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 getting this done, getting that done, getting this done, getting that done. And his energy, whenever he's around me, I just soften into like this puddle, and I just like, I don't know, I want to be creative, I want to dream, I want to like be crafty, I don't want to work. So that's what like a healthy, positive masculine influence can do. But yeah, that's what I got for you, IJ. Let me know when you're ready for your second energy like catnip. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of cats, my kitty who likes the tarot cards is right next to me. He did pick a card yesterday, and I think it had to do with Mars energy, I think. I gotta get more practice with him. Maybe I should start making like videos and be like, your pick a card reading for the day, and like as said by Bodhi. Like maybe I could do like Bodhi's pick a card for the day for a general collective and let him pick a card. That'd be funny. All right. So what advice do my guides have for me to continue moving in my highest timeline? Body pics. There you go. We can call them paw pics. Get a little alliteration in there. Or paw a card instead of pick a card. Paw a card. I can run with this. I'll have to think on it for a little while. I'd probably do like a short. It just would be funny. Guess what card I have? I think you might be the lion, IJ. I think it might be. I think it's your connection with her, but I think it's also you. Uh huh. So, IJ, they're talking about connection. Okay. I have the Two of Cups. So I feel like finding ways to connect with people, connect with yourself, connect with the earth, maybe even connect with Natalia. Like, I think just connecting, I think is important for your highest self, for your highest timeline. um I think finding real genuine connections, um I think that what really can drain you, and I can be wrong but you can confirm, what drains you are is small talk. Like, you don't like just surface level stuff. You like getting to the like heart of the issue. You would rather someone come to you um and just basically tell you completely transparent deep truths, even if it's TMI, over like, oh yeah, cool, cool, what you do for a living? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, okay. And like move on. You don't like small talk. Exactly. So that is like essentially part of your purpose. There's a reason for this. So connect. Like, that's your word of the day. Um he said, I was thinking about connection in general today, wanted to connect and understand myself deeper. Yeah, so understanding yourself, connecting with yourself, getting back into your body, um, connecting with people maybe who think like you, but also maybe some people who don't think like you, but know how to, or maybe you don't share similar opinions or thought processes, but these people are like you in terms of they want to go deep. They want to, talk about real topics that are affecting things, and like education and like further higher learning and things like that. So I feel like Spirit is here saying, like, channel these instinctive feelings that you have within yourself. Um, and I don't necessarily mean socializing every single day. Sometimes that can be really hard depending on who you are. But I just mean like finding depth in everything that you do, finding things that make you feel connected to the world around you, you know? Um, let me see. You have a lot of messages here in terms of like a relationship or love. Um, I don't know if you've seen like the frequency or vibration scale, but doing things that higher your frequency or your vibration would be good. I know that they say like singing, like dancing. Dancing is one of like the biggest things that can raise your vibration. Music. But basically doing things that raise your vibration. Singing bowls are very cleansing and can help you like get rid of the muck, help raise your vibration. 432 hertz music, meditation, just basically doing things that are raising your vibe, because I see here with like a lot of love around you. And um I think just anything that you can do to stay on that level, that vibration, would be good. You've been working intentionally raising your vibration, moving stagnant energy. Yeah. You know what's really crazy? Moving stagnant energy. Um, I don't know like what the studies are on this, but I don't know if you ever heard of a shake plate before. It's like really good for your physical body, and I can imagine that it would also be good for your spiritual body, because your physical body doesn't feel as weighed down. But there's like shaking it out, like dancing and just kind of shaking your body and acting like a goof, but also shake plates really good for like clearing. And I feel like because you can like drain your lymphatic system, increase your circulation, we all have like a physical body, but we all have an energetic body. And I feel like those two go hand in hand. So that may be something kind of cool to look into. I was thinking about getting one for myself, actually. They're not that bad. They're like $100. Um, but basically doing like modalities where yes, you want to reserve your energy because you said that it will drain your social battery. And I see that here with the Four of Pentacles, but I think reserving it for the right people, paying attention, and I did say this in a recent reading to you, is paying attention who you're giving your energy to. Be very picky about that. But when you do make connections, when you do try to connect, whether that be with yourself, with others, with the earth, what have you, making sure that it goes beyond the surface, that it's definitely something of depth. I think getting more out into nature would be good for you. Hopefully that is something that you already do, but connect, like I said, is like the biggest thing here. Let me see if there's anything else to tell you. So I have the tower here. A lot of people freak out when the tower is around, but it talks about epiphanies or realizations, enlightenment. It talks about collapsing of an old way of thinking or shattering false beliefs. So IJ, I think just getting really comfortable with like going within in terms of what do I believe? What was I conditioned to believe? What actually is a part of me? What isn't a part of me? A lot of people find they have a hard time disconnecting from their culture, their upbringing, their religion, and like beliefs and value systems, and relationships with food, relationships with money. So all of the things that like have been impressed upon you between the time you were born up until now, just kind of really figuring out what is you underneath it all. What do you want to carry forward and what do you want to let go of? And I think the tower is here to kind of say it's okay, shed that skin, like it's okay to move forward. The tower is necessary change, 100%. I think people just get kind of scared when they see the tower, but I think for this in particular, this is about collapsing old way of thinking, shattering false beliefs, like basically just letting go of the things that are not working for you. Purge. Sometimes this means disconnecting from people too, which is hard. So if you like think about what have you learned that's unhealthy. What do you not feel in alignment with anymore that maybe you once did, or you never really felt like you were able to have an opinion on it? Or like, is there toxic people in your life? Like, is that a situation that you should walk away from? Hey Mandy, thank you for the donation. I'm gonna add you to the list in just a second. Do you have any questions about this, IJ? Perfect. You're welcome. Have a great night. I'm glad to hear that all your questions are answered. All right, so this is for Terry. Terry, I have you down for a mini reading. You're welcome, IJ. There's still so much going on between me and Xavier's connection. Terry and Xavier. Terry and Xavier. Energy obstacles trying to stand in his way of being here for out. What is his awareness? Energy feelings. So the first card out is the Six of Cups. So what's in his awareness and his energy and his feelings is that he feels like he needs to be with you. He feels like he needs to be there for you, show up for you, be there for your kid. Six of Cups talks about children. It also talks about reconnection, reconciliation, or reunion. So I feel like even when you're apart, he feels this pull towards you. You're his family. You are furthering his bloodline, like, you know, his child is his family. So it's like he does feel this obligation to you. And I feel like when he's not around you, he still feels like this pull. This card also talks about returning to one's roots. So, and it talks about childhood just like it talks about children. So he could feel torn or like a divided loyalty between his roots, aka his first family, versus you, like his new family. And that can be like very hard for him. He could also feel like unsupported by family. The family card is actually here. So you have like the Six of Cups, which talks about family, and the Ten of Pentacles, which is the family card. So it can make him feel, I don't know. Like it talks about inherited issues. It talks about problems that shouldn't be your responsibility. So I feel like there's been some burden that's been forced upon him where he views it as like an obligation, or like, I don't know, like something that shouldn't have ever been his responsibility is suddenly his problem. And this talks about your lineage, you know, like it talks about who you owe things to. And I think that he's feeling very torn about who he owes what, you know. And it shouldn't be like this. I'm telling you right now, Terry, he does not feel like this is right or this is okay. And you shouldn't have to choose. You shouldn't feel like the need to choose. And honestly, his family should be at a place where they should want him or be pushing him in your direction. So if there is issues with the family, or if there still is issues here, it's making me feel like they are not, I guess, self-aware enough or developed enough or mature enough to handle their own stuff, and that they really fall on him to handle things for him. So it can be kind of dysfunctional, and I think that he views you and your child as like just another responsibility. Let's see. Are you about 7 months, Terry? Because I have the Seven of Pentacles, and it talks about gestation, growing, expansion. And just out of curiosity, I was like, are you 7 months? For some reason, like, I think time has escaped me. I feel for some reason I thought you were going to have a baby in the spring, and I'm clearly way, way, way wrong on that. Oh wow, you're further along. So you're like, what, 8 months ish? But yeah, this talks about gestation. I feel like he wants to take care of you, and I feel like he wants to nurture you, and he is in a planning stage right now. where he's trying to come up with a plan. Virgo baby. A September Virgo. That's what my sister is. So yeah, you're like 8.5 months. He is coming through as the Emperor Terry, so he's like, I'm the dad. I'm the one that's supposed to lead this family. I'm supposed to be fearless and in control and not show that I'm scared. This talks about his complete awareness that fatherhood for him is just around the corner. Fatherhood, this card literally embodies fatherhood or father figures, and he knows that he has people depending on him. So I want you to know that he's fully aware of his responsibilities when it comes to you. And I feel like even when he's away, you guys are always the first thing he thinks of when he wakes up, before he goes to bed. Like, you are there in his mind all the time. I'm really sorry that you are this far along and you still don't know that if you can count on him. I think that's very disappointing, and I'm sorry about that. I do feel like he wants you to be able to depend on him. He wants you to be able to count on him, and I don't think that he wants you to view him as someone that you can't rely on. He wants to be dependable. He wants you to like have the benefit of the doubt in him, even though he may not have he may have not done things to show you that you should give him the benefit of the doubt, but he still wants you to have faith in him and believe in him. So yeah, I think we're just gonna have to see where it goes from here. But yeah, he wants to reconnect with you. He wants to see you again soon. It feels that's like the main priority for him, and that he is planning. That he's very aware of his role, and he's very aware of his responsibility here. That's good. Have you guys been in communication more lately? You're welcome. I'm probably going to send you a message if that's okay with you. In terms of like the anti-inflammatory stuff I was saying, but if not, if like you don't want me to, I won't. I'm not going to take offense to it, but if I can and you're okay with that, then I will. Hey transformation, do you want to post your question? Okay, good. You said you have been more in constant communication. So yeah. That's good. I think he wants updates. I think he wants to hear how things are going for you. I think he wants to be as involved in this as he can be. And personally, I see a shift happening after your child is born where he feels like he has to be more involved. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, it's in Cash App? Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry I didn't see. You said I can. Okay, perfect, Tara. I'll be reaching out to you. Thank you. And you're welcome. All right, so your mini reading. Nice. So you said, will it be the job you interviewed for on Friday? Is this a follow-up to your yes no question? Okay. Have a good night. All right, give me a second here. I'm trying to find your yes no question that you asked me. Oh, will you find a new job soon? Okay. You said, will you find a new job soon? All right, this is for you, friend. Let me shuffle. Um. Oh, Thursday. Okay. No, that's okay because I was getting conflicting answers, so I was literally about to tell you that. Let me ask. Will it be the job she interviewed for on Thursday? I still feel like Spirit knows what you're asking. All right. I am confirmed. I'm getting a no. So we're going to have to go with that answer. I do hope I'm wrong. Let's just throw that out there. But I am getting a no for that. But I asked what the outcome is of this. That's so weird. When I said outcome, I thought of alchemy and I have the magician card. I asked what the outcome is of this job search and I have like success. I have victory. I have like the chariot, which talks about overcoming obstacles, success, victory, ambition, determination, willpower, hard work and focus, paying off, progress, mastery, all that jazz. And the magician literally means like you have the power here. So, maybe the job is offered to you and you for whatever reason aren't happy with like what they're offering and so you decline it. Potentially this could be in your hands, but I am getting a no for the job that you interviewed on Thursday being the job that you're going to get soon. Again, I hope I'm wrong, but I'm getting no's multiple times, so I can't really like argue against it. But regardless, I am getting a winning outcome for you. And I'm getting that the power is in your hands and you are going to be the one to get what it is you're looking for. Like, you're going to accept or decline. You are like, this is basically in your hands. When I pulled the energy on the card for Friday, I have the Four of Swords, I have the Three of Wands, and I have the Five of Pentacles. Now, this talks about you looking for other opportunities. Like, so I don't think that it's this job. I also have that, like, either, like, the situation's very, like, quiet or underwhelming. And or I also have the Five of Pentacles, which talks about maybe it's just not worth the hype. Like maybe you're getting lower than you asked for, they're offering less than you wanted, or maybe they're not approving some type of benefit or something like that, or maybe you just don't get it. But this talks about how you're looking for other opportunities outside of this place that you interviewed for on Thursday. So basically the advice here is that believe in the impossible. The Chariot is here saying just keep going. Don't close yourself off. Don't like put all your eggs in one basket. Just keep applying, keep interviewing. And I suppose waiting to hear back from these people if they reach out to you. Yeah, you're very welcome. I think that you're going to get a job soon. I really, really do. I think that you're gonna, I mean, and here's the thing, because it's a tarot reading and like the outcome can change. Like, let's just say you are offered this job, and let's just say it's not everything that you wanted, but it's good enough for now. You could accept it because you're the magician, and you can change the outcome that you end up taking the job. But the way that it is, the way that your mindset is, the trajectory that you're on, I'm getting a no. But you could change that. But you're welcome, transformation. Thanks for donating. Thank you for coming in. Jazz, the list is still open. So yes, you can donate if you like. After, oh wait, hold on. SB, you are next. So SB, if you're here, if you want to check in with me. Oh, it doesn't pay enough. Girl, I know it. I feel you on that for real. Yeah, I think that if this job offers you something, it's going to be underwhelming. And I see you looking for other opportunities here with the 3 of Wands. You're like looking for something different. And I say don't settle, like don't settle. You know what you want. It's out there. It's available to you. It's going to happen. So if it's not what you're wanting, then I say just move past that and keep going, looking for something different. I honestly feel like the minimum wage should be like $22 an hour, because nobody can live, like you can't even barely live on $22 an hour. Like if you're one person and you don't have any dependents, you might be able to scrape by at $22 an hour, but I think you should definitely be able to make more than that. I wish they'd move it up to $25 an hour, but no business would be able to stay in business at that amount. Isn't the minimum wage like still low? Yeah, the federal minimum wage is $7.25. How is that even legal? Obviously, in different states, it's different. Like, but most states have to at least be that. I see Washington is 16, California is 16, Arizona's 14. Virginia is apparently one of the most like expensive places to live, like top 10, and theirs is only $12. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. Pennsylvania is still $7.25. Get out of here. Everyone should be making in the $20 range, no matter what your age is, what your situation is. Highway robbery, man. Highway robbery. 15 with 3 kids. Yeah, that's not good, girl. That's not good at all. I know it. I think that when I was in the workforce, thank you, Jazz. When I was in the workforce, the highest I made was $16 an hour. I think that I could have made more if I stayed in the salon industry. I think that if I stayed doing hair, because I was making really good money when I was in my early 20s. I was making great paychecks, plus I was making a lot of tips. So I think that I could be making really good money now. But it's not something I wanted to do for the rest of my life, so I stopped doing it. But yeah, it's tough. It's very tough to find a good job. I think the base should be $20 an hour. And even then, that's still tough. Because after taxes, after health insurance, like what kind of paycheck do you even have left, you know? Nothing at all. Good night. Have a good night, friend. All right, this is for SB. SB left her question with me. So I'm going to go ahead and get shuffling on that. Have a good night. All right. All right, SB, this is for you. So I think that you guys have essentially hit your end, is how he is viewing it. I don't think that this is the way that he wanted things to go down at all. But I think also he got to a point where he just didn't have the ability, motivation, ambition, whatever it was, to continue this. I have the Two of Swords, which talks about like opposition. Maybe you were on a different page than him. Maybe you know he just wasn't like vulnerable enough and allowing you to like get past that wall or that guard that he had up. And the Two of Swords basically says like that you guys are just on different pages and that there's not really no one really did anything wrong. It's just, again, this is how he's viewing it, that no one really did anything wrong. It's just not working. And the Two of Swords talks about like not wanting to take action or like being at a impasse or a stalemate, like not really able to not have sorry, not having the ability to do anything to change the outcome or change the circumstance. So maybe for him, he just had too much going on his side of things, and whatever it was like pulling the focus off of you, and he just, I don't know, copped out, I suppose. He just kind of called it. Now, the Two of Swords does talk about being torn between two relationships. So, from his perspective, he could have still had one foot out the door with you, or one foot in the door, and then another foot in someone else's door. And this could talk about like emotionally, energetically, or literally, he could be talking to someone else. So, I feel as though maybe this wasn't like a desirable outcome. This was not ideal the way this happened, but it happened. And I think he's just kind of viewing it as it is what it is. We do have the devil here on his side. So it's making me feel like he wasn't as maybe put together as he was trying to come across. I do feel like he wants a relationship, but maybe these things highlighted within him the things that he still needed to work on. And I do remember in one of the readings, I think it was a love spread that I did, where I had said that maybe in this relationship there will be some things that get highlighted for him that he thought maybe he healed and moved on from, that maybe he didn't. So I think some things in this connection might have triggered him, and he had no way of knowing that this stuff was going to happen to him until he started dating you, and communicating with you and things like that. Because sometimes those triggers don't happen until we involve ourselves with someone else, and then before it's too late, or when it's too late, we figure it out, and then it kind of makes matters more complicated. So he's kind of just in this place of like agree to disagree. I don't think he really wanted to like impose his values on you, impose his feelings on you, make you feel any type of way. I think that he has the utmost respect for you. And I think that he feels overall you handle yourself with grace. I think that um I think that he's just focused too much on the past, in all honesty. I don't think that he's not living up to like what his potential is. I have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Which is kind of making me feel like he's letting you down. He's disappointing you. Maybe he feels that. Maybe he feels like he let you down and disappointed you. But he says you stood up for yourself, and there's respect to that. I think overall there's no regrets here. I think that he thinks you're a great person. I see the Seven of Cups. So if this is affecting you, or this is hitting you hard or harder than maybe you ever anticipated, I don't think he knows that. Because he's kind of viewing you as like another bus is coming, like boys are like buses, men are like buses, there's always another one coming. Like, I feel like for him, that's how he's viewing you. Like, so if you're upset about this is affecting you or hitting you harder than maybe you thought, he's oblivious to this. I think that he feels like you have like a vast amount of people at your fingertips that you can communicate with. I don't know if this has been like told to him. I don't know if like in conversation you've said to him, yeah, I've done a lot of dating, but nothing really ever got anywhere. But I feel like he's under the impression that either you're such a catch that like someone's gonna want you again soon, or maybe he feels you already have your hand in like other people's jars, so to speak. And I think if this is impacting you highly, then I don't think that he knows that. Let's see. How is he feeling? How's he feeling? I think that he hopes that you're okay, but he feels like you're just on to the next. Three of Wands, expansive. He feels like you're a high value person. You're someone who has a lot to offer. But I think right now he's just saying like, I'm not accepting like an offer right now. I think he's the Four of Cups just kind of talks about him being distracted, or him like not really being interested, not just in you, but maybe like in general. Maybe he realized that even though he does want a relationship and he does want commitment, maybe it's just not for him right now. Maybe he's like, things are being highlighted to him, like I mentioned before, of things that he still has to work on. So he might be turning a lot of things down. Or maybe even because the Lovers is here, so maybe even like he was comparing you to someone else, and maybe someone else who he doesn't have access to, but someone else nonetheless. And maybe he was thinking that means that he's not over this person and he needs to work on himself and get through that, because that's not fair to you. So yeah, it's a lot. It's very complex, but SB, that's what I have. Hopefully it resonates to some extent. I'm going to move on to Mandy. Mandy, if you're here, please check in with me. After Mandy, I have Ajaz, and then that's it for the night. If anyone else donates, that's fine with me. The list is not closed. but that is where the list is ending. So if that's it, so be it. But if y'all want to donate, feel free. So Mandy, I have you down for an in-depth reading. So this is like where I go into a little more detail, kind of like what I just did with SB's reading. Let's shuffle for you now. All right, so there's some feeling. Well, first of all, Mandy, the energy around P and your connection and the way that he feels about you is very, very, very slow moving. So this is like slow progress, a slow burn, that kind of thing, where I feel like it takes a lot for this person to kind of like, I don't know, for their feelings to progress. It feels a little bit heavy. The 10 of Wands talks about like feeling like a lot of stress, maybe stressed due to the connection or individual stress that could be interfering with your connection right now. So I feel like this person doesn't have any desire right now to really speed things along. I feel like they are just really taking their time. So if you're looking for a sudden change, if you're looking for to really like feel momentum, this is not the person that's going to give that to you in this energy. I feel like they're kind of set in their ways and they're going to really take their time with things. However, I do feel like they hold you in high regard. Like the things that you say make an impact on P. I feel like you have like a good influence on this person, and like they really take what you say or think or feel to heart. So I would say with that, you're an important person to them. They do care about your opinion. Let's see. This card can also talk. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but if this is a romantic connection, it talks about him having a physical attraction to you. Like a passionate, like there's chemistry here in your connection, and that through you, he feels supported in his life purpose and maybe even feels you're a part of his life purpose. You're welcome, SB. In that you can persuade him really well. You said he has something going on with his businesses. But with his business, but we meet up. I just sometimes feel like he love bombs me. I'm not sure if that's the case. Yeah, there's definitely a physical attraction to you. So I feel like he's gonna say whatever he can to get, to get his way, if that makes sense. But I think this is a very slow burn. I think that are you looking for commitment from this person? Is that what you're looking for? I feel like this person's just very set in their ways. Like they just don't have any plans on changing. They're more practical, they're more mentally oriented, um, mind over matter kind of thing. Like they think with their head, not with their hearts. So if something doesn't make sense to them, then they're not going to change. You are looking for commitment. Okay, let's look into that real quick, because I have enough to pull a couple more cards for you. She's looking for commitment. What does he have to say about this? Ugh, the Tower. Okay. Is she going to get commitment out of him? All right, they're saying that you're not going to get commitment out of him. This is something that very much stresses him out. I have the Tower here in terms of like what he thinks about commitment. And it's like chaos. It's like, imagine a burning building. Like I think that I think that this is just not for him, or he thinks it's not for him. And it doesn't mean that he's wrong, but it doesn't mean that he's right either. Sometimes people have different perspectives of commitment, and sometimes people witness commitment as a bad thing, as a toxic thing. Sometimes people witness it as something amazing. Sometimes there's an in between, but the way that he views commitment is like a burning building. Like he just feels like that's not for him. And I specifically asked if you were going to get commitment from him, and I got a no. 9 of Swords. Why doesn't he want commitment? Why doesn't he want commitment? So 3 of Pentacles, he's saying that commitment requires compromise. It requires working together. It requires attention to detail and checking in and building a bond and a friendship, but also like catering to someone else's needs. And he's saying that's not what he wants to do. He says that commitment is hard work. I can ask the card for you, but that will have to be the last thing I do unless you want to keep donating. But let me pull yes, no. Can you confirm, is P a narcissist? Show me a yes or a no. Show me a yes or a no. All right, I am getting a yes, Mandy. So either he is or he has the tendencies to be narcissistic. One thing while I was shuffling that I did get was that this was something that was shown to him. This was not something that is just intrinsically a part of who he is. But I think that might have meant that a parental figure in his life, or someone that he was very close to, he learned this type of manipulative, like characteristic, tactic, narcissistic tendency from. And therefore, it just like is who he became. Because in order to deal with this person who was narcissistic, he then also had to be narcissistic to survive. So I don't think this is naturally an inherent trait of his. I think it's a learned behavior. You're welcome, Mandy. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Hey, Jazz, you are next. You can post if you're ready. All right, guys, we are going to do a last call on donations. It's pretty flexible. I'm not going to be super rigid with this last call tonight. But if I finish out Jasmine's reading and no one else has donated, then I probably will be signing off after that. So, Ajaz, I have you down for a BOGO. Will Rel eventually want to talk about her feelings towards you? She's a Cancer. And is Nay still messaging Shay behind your back? Ooh, that's a good question. Will Rel eventually want to talk about her feelings towards Jazz? Well, definitely not anytime soon. I asked eventually and I got a yes, but it is the Seven of Pentacles, so it's talking about like things needing to take its time. Kind of like in due time, when she's ready, she will, but not anytime in the near future. I asked why not. She's trying to have more control over her impulses. I think those might have gotten her in trouble in the past when she wasn't really thinking through or like acting in a way that she was like thinking things through. And I think that she feels impulses towards you, Jazz, that are making her worried, because I think that there's definitely like a sexual pull towards you, and I think that that's gotten her in trouble in the past. And so I feel like the reason why she's not jumping to this, where she may have if it was a year, 2-3 years ago, something like that, I feel like she probably would already be messaging you. But I think she's really trying to learn from this and like not jump into something so quickly. And the Knight of Wands is very much like hooking up energy, just like not really taking your time to get to know someone. I think she's looking for more of a romantic connection. And I think that her like sexual chemistry that she feels with you, I think is making her feel like she might repeat the past, or she might like repeat history. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to feel that way towards someone. But I think she's just trying to control her impulses a little bit more right now. So I think that when she has time to feel more of like an emotional connection with you, Jazz, which of course she would have to communicate with you to feel that way. But I think when she sees more substance there between the two of you, then she'll make her feelings known. So I think like just talking to each other, and the things that like if you follow each other on social media, or if that's how you know each other, posting things that are like thought-provoking, that are deep, that aren't just like surface level stuff, basically so she can get to know you and feel that she can connect with you on a deeper level, then I think you're going to be able to pull those feelings out of her. But she just needs to know this isn't like just a hookup situation, and that there's definitely more here. And then I think that she'll eventually open up. Let me know if you have any questions about that. SB says I'm going to donate for one more. Just want to know what will happen when you bump into each other. You live so close, you feel it might happen. Honestly, kind of makes me nervous. It sucks that this person lives so close to you, SB. I was like so looking forward to the fact that you guys were close to each other. Now it seems like it's going to make matters more complicated. But yeah, we'll look into it, SB. You'll be after Jazz, okay? You said, yes, you're right. I was bummed, but I feel better. Spent the day in Redwood Forest. Ooh, that's cool. Her and I are best friends, so when I try to talk to her about it, she says she doesn't want to ruin the friendship. Ooh, okay. So that actually like kind of coincides with what I was saying. So, she doesn't want to act on impulse was something that I had mentioned. Um, and I was saying she wanted like more of like an emotional or romantic connection with you. Maybe I interpreted that wrong. Maybe she has an emotional relationship with you, like a bond with you, but she doesn't want to be impulsive about this. I don't know. I think she is going to talk to you about this. I think she is. I think the pull to you is a little bit too strong, if I may say so myself. And I think that once you guys have acknowledged the fact that there's something more here, it's like an elephant in the room. You can't really ignore it. And I think that you guys are eventually going to have to talk about this. Like, I don't see how you can't. You know what I mean? When I asked her, does she have a crush on me? She just covered her face and told me she can't have the talk. So clearly, there's something here going on. But maybe she's just saying, I still think that the bottom line is she doesn't want to just jump to this too quickly. I think she really wants to think this through. I think she really wants to spend some time pondering this and seeing if the feelings overpower the desire for a friendship. Because if the feelings for romantic connection with you overshadow the feelings of wanting to keep and maintain a friendship, then I think that's the sweet spot. And I think that's the point where you guys will have to have a conversation. But you can't, like, y'all aren't going to be able to keep ignoring this. Like, it's very obvious that there's something going on between the two of you. And let me tell you right now, same thing happened with my sister and her husband. It was like a new girl situation. They were roommates and then they fell in love, and they've been married for, I don't know, like 11 years or something. So it happens. Stranger things have happened. I hope she does, because things have changed and she can't stand anyone I date. So if she's jealous, that's like another thing. She's jealous of that. It's a problem. And it's not going to work. All right. Is Nate still messaging Shay behind my back? Yeah. Like, the funniest story is, long story short, back when my sister and her now husband, but like a long time ago, when they moved in together, they both broke up with their relationships. And that's kind of how like they bonded. First of all, they had mutual friends, so like that's how they met. And then they just got closer to each other because they were both like confiding in one another about like the relationships that they were in that just ended. And so it kind of became like a misery loves company, like, let's be there for each other through this heartbreak. And then they decided to move in together strictly as friends. They even got like a 2-bedroom townhome, so they each had their own rooms and everything. And I remember going to a house party at her house, and I like walk upstairs and my sister's like crying in the bathroom, like with her friends. And I walk in, I'm like, are you okay? What's going on? And she's like, I think I'm in love with him. And I was like, what? And like, he had brought another girl to the house party. So when she saw this girl show up, it triggered her feelings for him. And she finally had to admit to herself that she's in love with this guy. And as soon as she told him, he was like, okay, bye, girl, random girl. And the two of them got together. And now they're married, and now they have a kid together. So stranger things have happened. And the fact that now she's getting jealous, that's like your complete, like, so maybe she just needs to be triggered. I don't know. That's how the two of you bonded. Yeah, I think they went to the same school as well. They met very, very young. They were like teenagers, like in full on other relationships when they met. So it definitely was like a slow burn from friendship into a relationship. But there was no going back ever since then. So the energy is so intense, her parents and mine asked if you were dating. So, Jazz, I think just give it time. She might just have to come around. Once she figures out she's in love with you, then she'll move on and talk to you about it. But she just has to get to that point, that emotional like expression, you know, like she just has to get over her feeling to like, because I think that she views impulsivity as something bad. And I think that she's not recognizing that impulsive desire that she has comes and stems from real feelings that she has for you. And she's not able to like identify that. She's having a hard time with it. I think I stand by what I said about her jumping into relationships or situationships very quickly, and she's trying to be more careful with you, like in regards to this. So even though I misinterpreted the details, I do feel like when I did your reading, like the energy still makes sense. And I think that she's really just trying to like think things through right now and not be too hasty. Hey Liz, no, the list is not closed. You can donate if you'd like to. She's seeing a guy that's our friend's. She's seeing a guy that's your friend's brother. Oh, she's dating. She's dating a guy. Well, you just wait. You just wait till she sees you with other people. She's eventually gonna get sick of it. I'm getting a no for name messaging Shay behind your back. P.S. I have the 7 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. I also have the 10 of Swords. I don't think that this is happening. I want to let you know that this is a situation that you have to keep an eye on, because even if they're not still messaging now, it doesn't mean that they won't at some point. I think that you have a lot of sneaky backstabby, betrayal, bad mouthing, bitterness, gossipy, kind of like toxic shit going on with these people. So, like, I just think you need to protect yourself, like, protect your energy, protect yourself, protect your sanity with this person. I do not feel that they are still messaging. I'm getting a no on that. But anything can happen at any time. But I think that they're not communicating right now. I have the Ace of Pentacles. And, oh, something weird happened between the two of them, I think. We have the Tower here. So, like, it's talking about how the connection that they had blew up. So they're no longer in contact. I feel like they're trying to be not on your good side, but I have the Ace of Pentacles here, and this talks about extending an olive branch. So maybe Nay is trying to like soften the blow, or Shay doesn't want to like be at odds with you or something like that. So maybe they're just trying to be like cordial at this time. But yeah, I think that something happened with them. I'm definitely picking up a disconnect. It's like, you know how like when the power goes out, it's like you can't do anything. You can't watch TV, make food, whatever. Like I feel like there's some kind of power outage is how they're showing it to me between the two of them, that they're not on the same server or on the same wavelength right now. They're not connecting right now. You vent a lot to her, but you'll be careful. You used to date them both. Yeah, I would say just kind of, yeah, be cautious. As you said, just always make sure that you have the upper hand. 5 of Swords. Don't ever let these people get the best of you. especially Nay. Liz, that sounds great. All right, so let me update the donation list really quickly. Liz, I have your question, but I'm no fool. I feel like Nate is crazy. Yeah, girl, you gotta be careful with that one. I have another donation that came through via PayPal between SB and Liz. If you're here, if you want to check in with me. Jazz, if that is all that you need for the night, then that's where I'm going to leave it and go ahead and move on to the next person. Okay, you want to add on. Yeah, that's fine. If you want to add on, that works for me. I'll get you done right now still. All right, I got your donation. I got you down for a mini here. Patricia, hello, friend. Let me add you here. Hey, Jazz, what's your question, girl? All right, I updated the list, everyone, so you guys can see where you're at. We are working on... Oh, hey, Jazz, here we go. Can you tell me about the outcome of the Pisces? Okay, Pisces Z. I don't know how to pronounce that name, so we'll call her Z. So you said, can you tell me about the outcome of the Pisces and I, like where this connect will lead? Okay, 1 second. I'm going to shuffle for you. You guys recently met. Okay. Ajaz, I don't know if this is a good connection for you. I'm getting words like boredom and dull. And I don't know if like there's a disappointment here. Like basically you just like feel there's not enough like I don't know. If you feel like there's not enough zhuzh, like for this connection to continue or like romantic interest. I don't like seeing dull and boredom like in a reading. It doesn't feel great to me. You also have the tower here. So that feels almost like the outcome of this connection isn't necessarily going to go your way. I do see the potential here for physical connection, but I don't think romance is here. There's definitely like what am I trying to say here? Because I have the Empress. So the Empress is like divine feminine, like superiority, like superior. So I think that you guys could enjoy one another, but I do feel like the flame will burn out quick. Like I feel like it might be hot and heavy and then it's just going to die down. The King of Pentacles is here, so it can talk about like this person or you just like being preoccupied with other things. This person like and you might not have a lot in common to keep this connection going. And it can kind of feel like hot and cold or like up and down, in and out energy. Yeah, I don't know. Like I think that something could happen, but I feel like it wouldn't last long. Like I just don't see this connection, and you're asking the outcome. So I don't see it lasting. Not in this energy. Yeah, I feel like her and I are just alike as far as social battery, which like sometimes is cool, right? But like you don't want to be too similar. You don't want to be too similar in ways that aren't compatible and then not similar at all in other ways. Like I don't know. It's not ideal. It's not I don't know. For you, for what you deserve, this is not it, in my opinion. Some positive things to say about this is that you both very much appreciate each other, and like you're like you feel like you respect her. You can appreciate the type of person that she is, even if it's not working for you. Um, I feel like I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if I have a lot of positive things to say. I feel like you like her more as a person than you do being with her. Does that make sense? Like, there's nothing wrong with her, but I just don't see like if for this just not. I don't know. There's something not. There's something missing. People say like I can't really put my finger on it, but like something's not. But something's not right here. Like it's missing something here, and that's what I feel. It's like both of our guards are up, and I agree this isn't it. Yeah, this isn't it. Okay, yeah, so that might also be something else. Is like you would be just trying it to just, I don't know, to just see, I guess. And it just, I don't know. You know what you like, you know what you want. What's your type? She's gorgeous, but you feel like she's eh. Yeah, like that's what I'm getting is like it's just missing something. It'll have to be a drunk night for you to play ball. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm getting for sure. No shit at all. It's just how it is. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you're not like, there's nothing you can really say bad about her. It's more so just the chemistry between you guys. She likes men, but she also tells me she's free spirited, whatever that means sexually. Yeah. I don't know, girl. I think you need a girl that likes girls. I think you keep getting put in this situation where you're like stuck between people who play both sides. And there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but I don't think it's working for you. I think that you need to know that this person that you're going to be with is into you and you alone, and you don't ever feel like, you're stopping this person from experiencing a side of themselves to the fullest. And I think that you need to know that you're fulfilling the person that you're with completely. And you need to I'm just like, you need to get a girl who likes girls. Like, that's what you got to do. Because, like, that's hard. That's a hard place to be in, especially because I think that obviously sexuality can be fluid. And, like, bisexual is a thing, but I also feel like, and granted, I'm not a part of the community, but just from like my understanding, I feel like even though you're bisexual, it's not always 50-50. Sometimes you lean more straight. And then you have like specific types, and you're attracted to certain types of women or certain types of men. So it's not always going to be like down the line, right? 50-50 down the middle. Sometimes you're going to lean more to one side. And I think you just need to find a woman who's into women or women, That's where you're going to thrive. That's true. The straight is only gay for me, and then around and say they strictly like men. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a tough place for you to be, I hope so too. Keep your chin up, girl. All right, guys. So we are going to move on to the next person on our list, which is SB. SB, if you're in here, feel free to check in with me. You're welcome, Ajaz. Sweeter than a rice cake. If you would like to donate, that is fine with me. All right, this is for SB. SB sent in for a mini reading. We've got a couple more minis to get through. These should go pretty fast, guys. They usually take me 3 to 5 minutes to get done. So for SB, Patricia, and Liz, your readings are going to be done pretty soon. SB, I'm working on you now. Just want to know what will happen when we bump into each other. We live so close. I feel like it might happen, honestly. Kind of makes me nervous. What will happen when they bump into each other? SB, I gotta say, you're gonna feel. Ooh, I feel like you're gonna like get a little nervous. I feel like there's not gonna be an actual exchange. I think you guys are gonna see each other and like that's it. I have the Four of Cups here, so I don't really feel like there's like an interaction that happens in terms of like an exchange, like communication. But I feel like it's more like a maybe like a smile, a wave, something like that. But I feel like this like sinking feeling. I feel like I don't know, SB. I almost feel like you're gonna walk away. Like it's gonna like re-trigger you, like make you upset. Like because I really feel like you like this guy. And I think that it's gonna kind of give you like a sinking feeling of just the reminder of the fact that it didn't work out. And I have the, the Two of Cups here. How is he going to feel? How is he going to feel? How is he going to feel? I think that he's like facing forward. I feel like he's trying to like just move along. He's like moving this along. He might even try to stay like not looking at you like for too long. He may try to look distracted, very busy. I think that unless you guys like literally bumped into each other or somehow you found yourself face to face and you made eye contact, I think that it's going to be kind of like, I hope they didn't see me and like just go about your day. But I think that if you see him and he doesn't see you, or if he does, and as long as you guys don't like actively see one another and make eye contact with one another, he may just try to play it off. I see him doing a lot of like trying to look busy. And for some reason, I'm seeing it happen in a grocery store. I don't know why. And I know that doesn't make sense because you guys live so close to each other. But I'm like, why do I see them bumping in at a grocery store? With he's like a basket in his hand, or so you do, or something. I don't know. I just feel like grocery store. I feel like but could be like mailbox type of thing. I just feel like he's trying to look busy. He's trying to stay busy. And I feel like he's just trying to say like, okay, move it along. I don't think he wants to dwell in this discomfort with you. I really think he's going to try to play it off like he has other things to do or other places to be. And he's going to be a bit locked up. But I think that, well, how's he going to feel seeing her? How's he going to feel seeing her? How's he going to feel? I think it's going to kind of knock him on his ass a little bit, actually. I feel like almost like there's a bubble that he's been in of like denial or something, and I feel like it's going to get popped where he has to kind of face the decision that he made. How's he going to feel towards her? I don't know. I think you're going to be polite, SB, but I think he's going to feel like you're kind of giving him the cold shoulder. How's he going to feel? How's he going to feel? Oh, you might be with your kid when you guys run into each other. Or there might be multiple interactions where you guys run into each other. So he's going to see you probably with your child. Yeah, I don't know. That's the vibe. So we shall see. But keep in mind that just because it happens once doesn't mean it's not going to happen again. This could be a multiple run-in situation. I would hope that he would think more of it. Like, maybe he'll start going, why are we running into each other all the time? Like, is this divine intervention? But who knows? But SB, that is what I've got for you, friend. All right, next up we have Patricia. Patricia, if you're here, please check in with me. Love spread, their perspective, ended things with Scorpio. Okay. All right, so we're doing a love spread mini them. So love option 2. Love option 2. Love option 2, Scorpio. Patricia, I'm going to shuffle for you now. Sorry, my husband just called me, so I was calling him back. We both work at night, so he was telling me that he was off of work. You're okay, Patricia, no worries. Woo. Okay, that's fine. All right, Patricia. So his energy, like, I know this is on him. I know this, you're wanting his perspective, but I'm just letting you know that it's fully your energy here. I feel like Scorpio is viewing you as someone who is of high value. You are wife material. Like, I'm completely jumping over even like girlfriend material. I feel like you're wife material. I feel like this person knows that. I feel like you have plans for yourself, and you know what you want, and you know what you're looking for. And even though this is an energy, like his energy, he's not showing up here in turn. Like, I'm not seeing a king, a page, a knight. I'm only seeing queens here. So I feel like you shine really, really bright to him. And I feel like I don't know, maybe you had expectations, or you had, like, I don't know, a timeline, or you had the way that you wanted things to be. Maybe this person wasn't giving that to you. I feel like he looks at you as someone who, like, the world revolves around. Like, you, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm not saying like, oh, too high maintenance or whatever. I'm saying like you just have a very light, like bright light about you. And I feel almost like this person felt like they couldn't compare, or they couldn't compete. I'm getting like inferiority. I'm getting not feeling like they were quite up to the task or up to the job. I feel like this person is extremely guarded, and the Hermit here and the Nine of Wands, like thoughts and feelings. I feel like this person felt like, I don't know, maybe they couldn't live up to what you needed from them. Let's see. This could be a jealousy thing too. Like, I don't know if this person came across very jealous and like possessive. But I have the Queen of Wands, and it's like it's very like clear that you're the type of person who turns heads. I'm so sorry, hold on. I had to get some more of my tea. I'm so sorry. And maybe you only had eyes for the Scorpio, but maybe the Scorpio could see other people taking interest to you, and maybe it was just something that was like hard, or it could be a pain point in your connection. I feel like this person could be a bit defensive in the way that they're thinking. And I don't know. I don't know. Maybe your lifestyles might have been different. Maybe there was things that he wanted to do that like weren't appealing to you, and vice versa. Um, let's see. Were there any blocks? Were there any influences? All right, no influences. We have the Justice card under blocks and influences. I feel like there was a block here. I don't think there was an influence, meaning like an energy that was like overshadowing your connection. But the Justice card does talk about like karma and karmic partners and life lessons and things you have to learn through someone else. And if you're not willing to do these things, then the relationship, you kind of grow apart from each other. So I feel like with this person, this Justice card says I get what I give, is that maybe he was wanting or unwilling, I should say, to give to you. Or maybe it was like the bare minimum potentially. This card talks about like a lack of accountability. It talks about unfairness. It talks about avoiding growth and learning and like personal development. I feel like you are trying to, you both, I feel like because the energy around the relationship, I feel like you both are trying to heal from this. I think you're trying to accept what has happened. That is the energy. I feel like you're trying to, I'm like, what are my words here? I think it's more like like what's done is done. And at this point, it's not worth rehashing. That's kind of the attitude towards it. Like, I just have to accept that what has happened is what happened. And it is what it is. And just trying to be at peace with it as best as you can. So, Patricia, I know you said that you're a little delayed in the chat, but if you have like anything to add or like want to give me more details, if you feel comfortable, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm going to give it another minute and then I'll be moving on to Liz. You see him trying. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. I did not elaborate on that. I'm so sorry. I have the Queen of Pentacles. That's where I had said I see a lot of queens And I like didn't answer that question. His intentions probably are to try to win you back because the Queen of Pentacles is like, I need to be with my girl. I need to be with my woman. I need to be with my person. The problem is that he has a lot to work through. Like the reasons that you guys did not work out, he is unwilling. The devil is here. He is unwilling to make those changes. So I think at this point, he's just going to try to tell you what you want to hear. I think because I have the judgment card here. So I think he's going to try to give you the clarity that you're looking for. Say things that sound good to you to try to win you back without really doing the true work that needs to be done, that is required to have access to you again. So he may say a lot of stuff that sounds really good in theory, but your question for him needs to say, okay, that all sounds great, but are you actually doing the work? Have you actually been doing the work to like fix these issues that we have? Have you been working on yourself? Because it sounds good, and I'm sure your intentions are good, but I need to know that things really are going to improve. So that's kind of where it is that he's going to try to win you back. He's trying to get you back. He's trying to get with you, his woman, again, without doing, it's like a band-aid fix. So I think that for you, Patricia, you need to say, that sounds good. I like where you're going with that. I like where your head is at with that. And I can appreciate that perspective. At the same time, there needs to be real work here that needs to be done. And are you willing to do that? Because if you're not, that's okay. But that just is letting me know that I made the right decision. I'm not here to force you to do anything. I can simply remove myself from the equation. Those words will hit him like a ton of bricks because he's going to go, fuck, she's okay not being with me. So if I want her back, I got to do the work because she's totally fine. She's chill. She's like, whatever. So I think that's, I mean, feel free to take my words. Feel free to write that shit down and say that to him. But just wait for him to come back to you. Because, like, he needs to know that coming back to you with the tail between his legs gives you the upper hand. And then you can say what you need to say to him. But yeah, I do think he has intentions on trying to win you back. Absolutely. But in the meantime, he's trying to make peace with what's happened. But I think that he will fail at that, and then that's when you'll see him coming back around. You know? All right, girl. Well, that is what I have for you. If you don't have any like further things you want to donate for, then I'll leave it there. And hopefully we see you back again soon. Perfectly said. Trust and believe I have been through my fair share of relationships. That's why my channeling is my specialty. That is why like love and relationship questions are my specialty, because I am just very familiar with it. You're very welcome. All right, Liz, this is for you. How is Leo currently feeling about me? I'm Aries. How is Leo currently feeling about Liz? I am going to go ahead and close the list for everyone that is in here that's just hanging out with me. We're just going to go ahead and take care of that now. I'll probably be signing off here soon. All right, so Liz, Leo's energy towards you. Well, we do have Leo energy here. We have the Queen of Wands. So I'm going to throw that out there. But I have the Two of Pentacles. So I feel like the Leo is trying to figure out essentially like, I don't know. There's this energy of like needing to find balance. Or it could be like this in and out energy, feeling like one person's putting more towards this connection than the other person. So I feel like he's either looking for flexibility from you or he's trying to be more flexible. This card talks about ups and downs, and I think that he's just trying to make the best decision when it comes to you, what makes the most sense, what feels most in alignment. I will say, because the 10 of Cups is here, it indicates that you do bring him happiness and that he would love to be with you, reunite with you if you guys are in separation, maybe try to reconnect or spend more time together. I think honestly he's looking for a happy ending for you both, but I do see the Five of Wands here, which indicates some kind of conflict. Now, Five of Wands can talk about external conflict specifically, but it doesn't mean just external. It could mean internal with himself, or internal within the relationship with you. So there could be a clashing of like your personalities right now or egos. I feel like he may also be looking to try to like find some kind of resolve. So I don't know, Liz, if you guys are at odds with each other or disconnecting right now or like just not on the same page. I'm so sorry. I cannot remember the nature of this relationship if we have done this reading before together. But I think that he's really just trying to go with his gut and figure out the best way forward with you. I think that this weighs heavily on his mind. You weigh heavily on his mind. How does he truly feel about her deep down? There is still hope for this connection. According to this card here, we have the Knight of Cups. So this is indicating like, I still have hope for us. Like, I'm not ready to walk away. I want you to be in my life for a long time. But there's something talking about structure and routine versus flexibility and adaptability. I think like feeling like either you feel like he needs to be more flexible and adaptable and like adjust, and he's trying to learn that and figure out how to do that, or he feels that you're too rigid and he's more flexible, free, go with the flow, and you want things a certain way. But there's almost like this push and pull dynamic of like, someone's being very like expecting and like structured and like rigid and inflexible, and then someone's over here like having to make all the adjustments to fit the connection, like, you know, trying to find ways to make it work with the other person. So it feels like there's like not equal effort or something. It's like that push and pull dynamic that I feel like is really like weighing heavily, and it's like all this person is thinking about. I wish you were here. Oh, hey. Oh, you are here. Yay. Hi. I was like, I wish you were here. And then you just show up. You said, thanks, Luna. Yeah. I only talked to him through Instagram, which I deleted. So I'll only see him at work. You're welcome, Liz. Oh, that's right. That's right. You did say something about deleting Instagram. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, well, the one thing is clear, he's trying to reconnect with you. So there's that. All right, Liz. Well, I hope you have a great night. Thank you again, everyone else, for an awesome live stream this evening. I will be back, or I should be back tomorrow. Also, I normally take off Monday and Tuesdays, but because I have an upcoming vacation, I'm working like I think it's like 10 days straight or something, 9 days straight. So I should be here. You should see me Monday and or Tuesday in addition to my normal schedule. However, it might be both days that you see me, and I'm going to try to do a giveaway tomorrow night. So just be ready. All right, guys, have a good night.